One judge is already working overtime to be on the eventual short list of Donald Trump's SCOTUS picks if and when a vacancy actually opens up. And a lot of people expect that it might, that Clarence Thomas might decide to step down so he can spend more time with his RV. And the judge we're talking about is really making clear how much he wants to get on the SCOTUS because of a big old flip-flop he's in the middle of. And so meet James Ho, someone you're unlikely to have ever heard of before, but now you need to. He's a guy that was once referred to as a Breitbart's comment forum come to life, the edgelord of the federal judiciary. He is a bad guy, and that is not new, okay? He actually has already ruled that the abortion drug available in America should be taken off the market, to give you an idea of the sort of person he is and what his politics are. But that's not why we're talking about him today. See, as bad as he was, he had a principle or two. He actually disagreed with a big legal argument you see popping up more and more on the right these days, but not so much anymore. He's flip-flopping on that. And so Ho has long endorsed birthright citizenship, the constitutional guarantee that virtually everyone born on American soil automatically becomes an American citizen. He is, by the way, the son of immigrants himself. And he has previously written eloquently in support of this principle, refuting conservative arguments for its abolition. Bear in mind, this was all in the time when people making the case that birthright citizenship shouldn't exist, that's like 4chan, Stormfront stuff. Now it's people in the White House. And so it matters what your position on this is. And less than a week after the election, he's already walking back his previous comments about this. He had an interview with conservative law professor Josh Blackman, and in it, Ho sketched out his excuse to repudiate birthright citizenship by framing immigrants who lack permanent legal status as, quote, invading aliens whose children born on US soil may be denied citizenship by states and federal government. Okay, now, he had previously said that it's sort of a core constitutional thing that you get this citizenship in that case, okay? Not anymore. Now he's saying birthright citizenship obviously doesn't apply in case of war or invasion. No one to my knowledge has ever argued that the children of invading aliens are entitled to birthright citizenship. He likened these invading aliens to unlawful combatants captured after 9/11, aligning himself with another great thing the right did judicially. Everyone agrees that birthright citizenship doesn't apply to the children of lawful combatants, that is, alien soldiers invading the United States. And it's hard to see anyone arguing that unlawful combatants should be treated more favorably than lawful combatants. That is all hogwash and poppycock, and he knows it, okay? We've had migrants coming in the United States since before there was the United States. That's not new, that's not a new development. Ho knows that. He is, after all, himself the child of immigrants. The idea that suddenly the new wave of immigration is so fundamentally different that it constitutes a military invasion rather than the way things have literally always been since day one and before is insane. He is barely even trying to come up with something clever to justify this flip-flop. But he also doesn't have to. I'll remind you, JD Vance said that Trump could be America's next Hitler and he's gonna be the VP. So as long as you say the right thing now, it doesn't matter what you said in the past, JR. That's 100%. What I'm thinking. What do you make of it?
This is the way these things work. Remember I was saying earlier that these folks are a bunch of people with no principles. So if you had a position that you used to hold, it doesn't matter, drop it so you can get into this circle so you can carry out anyone else's principles at the time. It's gonna be so many conflicting views and rulings and judgments if he gets this kind of power. I'm not sure where his level is right now. If you mentioned it, I'd never heard of this guy. But it's gonna get confusing and it's gonna hurt people that previously benefited from the things that you did or said, even if it was conservative things that you did or said. You keep flipping and changing the way you do things. It's not, there's no linear process within how we do things. That's chaos. And I'm not sure why they think chaotic judicial rulings or chaos in society is gonna benefit even the people who supported him. Like, yo, we live in a society, it literally relies on each other to some degree. So just like the mass deportations. So these rulings like this and shutting down the Department of Education, everybody is included in it. So the people that thought this was gonna be great, it won't be. So who knows to what degree they can even get this far? Because I do think more folks will start seeing the craziness that can come from these types of decisions. And then they're gonna have to start hedging their bets and go, well, maybe we'll put back on that because we didn't realize that 2 + 2 = 4. They don't think further than just gaining power. And man, if they don't think that far, they're gonna be fighting each other over everything. So I don't know about fights over judicial things, but it's not gonna look good. So this thought that it's gonna be golden, I don't really see it.
I mean, like estimates vary, but many people think that if they were to reverse birthright citizenship, which is literally insane, and also we live in insane times, so it could happen, would strip citizenship away from over 4 million kids. 4 million citizens would lose it under him. That's what they're talking about. Look, here's the fundamental question about the Trump time. We know that people wanted change, okay? Trump knew that they wanted change, so he ran on that. They wanted change. We have no idea if they're gonna like any of the utter chaos that's unleashed on America. I think it's going to make their lives demonstrably harder. I think it's going to lead to chaos that they're not gonna like. He believes, or he's acting as if, just set fire to literally everything and things will work out and there won't be any strike back. Well, I will remind him that's not how it went last time. People kicked his ass out of office after the first 4 years. We'll see what happens after these 4, but along the way, I am very much worried about the damage that can be done. This is not a small thing to take away a kid's citizenship.
By the way, what's a lawful combatant? Just ask that question from that dumbass said.
I have no idea. Whatever it needs to be, whatever Donald Trump says, everyone is just, they are burying themselves in the pavement, trying to push their face through the pavement to bow deeper down to Donald Trump. That's what they're doing. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.